God bless you. This is Pastor Fields, Passover Free on the Inside Civic Ministries. And there's a little song that says, I shall forever lift mine eyes to Calvary to view the cross where Jesus died for me. How marvelous that grace that caught my fallen soul. He looked beyond all my faults and saw my needs. And what I love about that song is God forgave. He looked beyond everything in our lives that was not acceptable to him. Everything in our lives that was offensive to him, because of the love that he has for us, he looked beyond it. He looked over. He overlooked it. So how dare we not forgive our brothers and our sisters? Now, this is me talking and talking about me. If I just got my shoes shined, and every time I get around you, you step on my new shine shoes, I might not come around you when I have my new shoes on. Now, that don't mean I don't forgive you. I just don't want you messing my stuff up. Okay? So, some folks say that if you forgive, then you forget. I don't know about that, because I'm not God. I don't know if I can forgive and forget. I can forgive and not hold it against you, you see. But my point is, so many times we walk around because somebody did something to us that we didn't think we deserved. And maybe we didn't deserve it. Maybe it was uncalled for, the treatment that we received. Maybe it was uncalled for. And did it hurt? Yes. Yes, it hurts. It hurts when somebody says something to you or does something to you and you didn't deserve it, especially when you've been nothing but good to them. But you know what hurts even worse? When you harbor that unforgiveness. When you walk around and you choose not to let things go. When every time you see that person, you're reminded of what happens. But I don't think that's necessarily an issue initially. Ultimately, it can be an issue because sometimes you see a person and you think about what they may have done. But when you think about what they've done and you begin to get angry all over again, now we got a little problem. At some point, you ought to be able to look at that person and say, I love them. We sing a song in church, say, I love you with the love of the Lord. And sometimes there's some people, and some of us may have some prejudices. And there may be some folks that we don't necessarily care for, and we don't necessarily like. One thing that we can do, because we're called to love as Christians, the Bible says that they know that we're Christians. Why? Because of our suits and the hats and gaiters and all. They know. Who is they? The world knows that we are Christians because of our love. That's what separates us. It should separate us, is that we have love. So when you get around that person and you have unforgiveness in your heart, you don't forgive that person. You may even go as far as to say, I hate that person. When you begin to see that person, the Bible says you should have what you say. You say, I love them. You don't have to tell them that, but you tell yourself, I love them. And you begin to pray. As you begin to pray for them, you pray, God bless them. Lord, enlarge their territory. Lord, give them the desires of their heart. Lord, do it for them. God, give them a miracle. I dare you to do that. And watch how God touches your heart. Watch how God begins to give you peace. Because walking around with unforgiveness and walking around hating somebody is like you drinking poison and waiting on your enemy to die. That don't make sense, is it? That's just stupid, right? So I want to encourage you. Don't allow yourself to be consumed with unforgiveness, with harboring ill will, with hate that's going to eat you up like a cancer. But follow peace with all men, and owe no man anything but love. Just love them with the love of the Lord. This is Pastor Fields. I approve this message. And I want you to remember it's dangerous to be a lost sheep. Follow me and I'll follow you. I shall forever lift mine eyes to Calvary, to view the cross where Jesus died for me. How marvelous that grace that caught my fallen soul. He looked beyond all my faults and saw. He looked beyond that I was lost. He looked beyond all my faults and saw my need.